Sometimes when you're working with a smaller budget, movies become, I think, more about sometimes about ideas, and human interaction, and you get to explore that. We explored it because we wanted to, but sometimes you're kind of forced to really examine that because you're not spending money on big things, explosions and car chases. So the real drama and the chaos needs to come out of human ideas. Yeah.
How much did you enjoy this part? I mean, you had to question yourself at many levels, or your character had.
Each job brings about its own joy, and for this one, it was just working with Joel, being directed by Matt again for the second time in the year, and going home and doing a great Australian drama. For me, the role was a tricky one, purely because of the time frame that I was on screen, and I had to deliver the message and what I needed to get across to help the story. And I had a lot of the moral decisions came from my character that changed the course of the journey, and that's very difficult when you have 3 major scenes to give that over. So it was a challenge, one that I was up for, one that I was so proud of by the end of the day, and we got to work together, which is great.
Yeah. Was it kind of weird to have the writer as the actor?
Everyone asked me
Were
that.
you possessive with your words?
No.
Oh, you're saying the wrong thing, shut up.
No, but what he did do...
Actually, strangely not.
No, strangely not, because I've worked with... You know what? I have worked with writers that direct, but not a lot of writers that have acted. And the beauty about it was, there was a couple of moments where we were talking about the interpretation of that scene in the kitchen. When you have the writer there that can explain to you, this is what I wanted and this is what I meant when I sat down and worked on your character, that's such a privilege. But it didn't interfere. It made me better, made me want to be a better actress in front of Joel, and yeah, it was a joy. I can only see positives with that.
I was interested to know how possessive of my own words I would be. Strangely, when you get the right actors and they take on the role, they get to know that so well that then it's great, because then you can just make it better. Whether that means leaving it as it is or taking words away or putting them in, then it doesn't matter.
I saw the film the other day, and I don't know if I will confess or not. I don't know.
Confess to doing something wrong?
Yeah.
What would you do? I don't know.
Oh
I don't
gosh,
know how honest I would be.
This is why I wrote the movie. The idea that, and that's very honest of you to say that too, and I think it is true. I said, the same time in the movie is saying, how can I judge you if I haven't walked in your shoes? So how could I tell you you're a bad person without being in your experience? Because I wouldn't know what I would do. And how can I say to you that I would not, that I would do all the right things in a difficult situation until I've been in that situation?
Which is a good point about Jai Courtney's role. When he does something wrong, he finally understands what it's like to be the result of an accident and not know the repercussions of that, and it humanizes somebody. It can make you a better person, or it can make you go crazy, with guilt. And I think that's a really great moment when you and Jai's character Jim have that moment to decide, and you can both relate to something.
Was it more intimate for you to be in a smaller film like this than those huge things with trailers? And is there more camaraderie and friendship, and you share a coffee? I don't know.
You know what I depend on when you're doing a film which is based on good dialogue, good actors and a great director, and less about the budget and having 4 assistants run around and do things, you're forced to be good and deliver the dialogue with such truth and honesty, because you're not distracted by extras, I think.
And there's a momentum. There's you got no money and a very short schedule, so it's like shoot 4 or 5 scenes in a day, rather than a big machine where you only maybe shoot 1 scene a day. So you got to saddle up for a fast ride, which is kind of fun.
Because you come up with great things when your mind is working faster, and you're not lazy, you're not tired, because when you're doing a huge movie, you have 4-hour lighting, because they can shoot for a year or 6 months or whatever. But this way, you are forced to make decisions quickly and hope that they're the right ones, but they're based on instinct, because that's all you have is your instinct when you have a lower
Instead
budget.
of that,
yeah.
we have a problem. Put more money in there,
Yeah.
we would always love more money, by the way, you know,
Yes.
for the budget. But you know, that's the way we make movies in Australia, and I imagine the same in Spain.
But
It's
I
like
tell you
have
what,
small money.
they got the cast that you got the cast that you wanted, and
Yeah.
and it was, what more could you ask for?
Well, we wanted Julia Roberts, but you know, she just did it right.